morning, everyone. I'm Martai Smith. Once again, it's my honour and privilege to be your MC. And welcome to the inaugural presentation of the Ahuwhenua Trophy competition for horticulture and for the yes, homaite paki paki. And also, of course, the presentation of the Ahuwhenua Young Māori Grower Award.
I'd like to especially acknowledge Norm Carter, Chairman of Te Kaha, and Homan Tapsell, Chairman of Otama Marere, who have both had to deal recently with major health challenges, but stayed the course and completed the final judging round in October, reflecting their special leadership qualities of the Ahuwhenua legacy. Could I also acknowledge Ngāi Tukarangi Chairman, Ratahi Cross, who didn't hesitate in accepting the challenge to hold an outstanding field day and at the same time deal with the COVID-19 health and safety issues. These three finalists are great exemplars of the need to be continually adapting to land use change, from taking back control of leased land, adopting organic growing practices, and resisting the urban sprawl. The need to build resilience for not only ever-changing market trends, but also climate change and changes to the Resource Management Act. And now the responsibility of giving effect to Te Mana o Te Wai and Te Mana o Te Taiao. You, as the kaitiaki of Ahuwhenua, Māori trusts and corporations, landowners, hapu and iwi, all of us have an absolute responsibility to provide the leadership to effect this change. The crafting of the new horticulture trophy, which is a perfect match to the other two trophies originally designed by Goldie. It was an extensive collaborative effort requiring many hours of work between Village Goldsmith in Wellington and the specialist silversmith firm of Ahuwhenua, based in Ashford in the county of Kent in London. Now with us tonight, we're joined by Ian Douglas from the Village Goldsmith and Master Jeweller Dan Palmer, whose work in creating the templates and moulds made it possible for the trophy to be created by the Ahuwhenua silversmiths.
Lord Bledisloe, Governor-General at the time, and Sir Ahuwhenua, the Minister of Native Affairs, wanted to encourage more efficient use of Māori land and best practice in Māori farming. Now, Lord Bledisloe was a champion of progressive farming methods, also sport and the arts. He was a man for all people. Like Ngata, he also believed that competition brought out the best in people. So as well as gifting the Waitangi Treaty Grants to our nation, he generously bestowed a wide range of cups, medals and prizes in areas as diverse as landscape painting, gardens that featured New Zealand plants, speech making on New Zealand history topics, the best exhibit of New Zealand apples at the Imperial Fruit Show, the ladies' singles title in tennis, and of course the one he is most frequently remembered for in Trans-Tasman rugby, the Bledisloe Cup.
And when we think about this event, we should think about those types of ministers and also the great Awhirana Ngata who came up with this idea all those years ago. So how inspirational and how exceptional was our tipuna Awhirana to put together this type of whakaaro, type of idea to celebrate te ao Māori at a time when not a lot of other people were putting ideas together in terms of celebrating te ao Māori. So we remember him and we remember all the former ministers who've made such a big effort with this type of mahi. So mihi ana kia koutou.
Te Kaha 15B is humble but proud to be here tonight with you in this competition. We thank our joint venture partners, Ian Craig, Paul Jones and their associates, for the invaluable insights, advice and honesty that sees this joint venture coming to fruition after 20 years at the helm. At this juncture, I would like to acknowledge the late Hoani Karei for his contribution to not only growing great kiwi fruit on the coast, but also having the foresight to grow the people through education and training. And as the Minister said, I actually thought he was from Te Kaha when he was talking. But we did all that work with no money from nobody except ourselves.
It is indeed an honour to be a trustee, and it's a bit daunting for a humble, shy boy from a little dairy farm on the west coast to come up here and be in front of you and be part of this celebration. We are here for a few reasons. Firstly, it's to acknowledge the land, the whenua. I think every one of us are here because of our appreciation of that, but also the people of the land, and that is you. But tonight also we move to the people on the land, because one of the challenges that we all have is to attract back onto the land many of those young people to take us into the future. And while we may be people of the land, we don't always have people on the land, and hopefully we can inspire them to do that. It is indeed an honour to acknowledge the finalists in the Ahuwhenua Trophy competition for horticulture. Given the plant-based protein messages that we're getting, this is certainly the industry to be in. And as someone off a dairy farm, the challenges ahead for animal protein are the ones that will be taken up with gusto by plant protein people. The Ahuwhenua Trophy competition is one of New Zealand's premier farming competitions, and the Māori Indigenous component makes it one of a kind in the world.
Thank you, Minister. I would now like to call forward the Advisory Trustee and Orchard Manager of Otama Marere, Homan Tapsell, to come to the stage to receive their finalist certificate from the Minister O'Connor, and also to have a kōrero to us. Homai rā te pakipaki.
Ka ora te whenua, ka ora te iwi. Look after the land, and the land will look after you. One person I must really acknowledge, his name was Ahuwhenua Tapsell. He took over the orchard in those days where it was, full of pesticides, chemicals. It was hard and very difficult for him to try and get this orchard up and running. I've been in this industry for about 25, 26 years, and the changes I've seen has been immense.
Tēnā koutou ngā manu rōreka. Tēnā hoki koe e te pāpā Homan.
Whenua is a taonga, and it's for the welfare of our people, but it's also a connector. And those connections bring our whānau together. As the chairperson of our own trust, I know how it brings our whānau together. The success of the Ngai Tū Kairangi Trust, and for that matter, all the finalists, is a reminder of how resilient we are as a people and what we are capable of.
In this hall are leaders and captains of Māori industry. And so rather than talk about orcharding, I want to talk about our people and the future that you could give us or could give our children. And I think it's a real important message. Our kids aren't crying to be business people anymore. They're crying to return back to their land. We hear it all the time. With the advent of haumia tikitiki, we can now focus. Ko waia haumia tikitiki, ko koutou, ko koutou, ko koutou. That is our tipuna. Haumia Tikitiki is where we started when we started in this land, given to us by our tipuna Haumia Tikitiki. And all our children are asking for is that opportunity to return back to the land, to pick up those tools and turn it into food. We're very, very good food producers.
I am honoured and humbled to be up here tonight to recognise the achievements of these amazing young Māori leaders. Whānau, these rangatahi are an inspiration. In the face of a global pandemic, they continue to forge a pathway for future Māori leaders in horticulture across Aotearoa.
What we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is invite our sponsors to present a beautiful koru and a certificate to each of the finalists, starting with Brandon Cross. Homaira te paki paki, Brandon. Mātu taira akonga. Finisher Tuhiwai. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. He is the winner. Mātu taira akonga. Homaira te paki paki.
To be honoured with this award is huge, and it's been a great journey along the way. From meeting the inspiring people from my own iwi as we've done the study tour, to meeting and creating great friendships like the other two finalists that are standing up here tonight. For this, all of this that I'll take is quite humbling, and I'll take all the new skill sets that I've learnt and keep with them for life.
Yes, indeed, we come now to the finale of this evening's celebrations, the announcement of the inaugural winners for the Ahuwhenua Trophy for Horticulture. The announcement of the winner, this prestigious award by Her Excellency Dame Patsy Reddy. Dame, would you please do, you love this bit. I'll let you do the honours.
There's nothing in it. And the winner, the inaugural winner of the Horticultural Award is Te Kaha 15B Hiniora Orchard.
Yes, indeed. Homaira te piki paki paki te kaha. 15B, Hiniora Orchard, the inaugural winners of the Horticultural Award 2020. Homaira te paki paki.
In 1933, our whanaunga Bill Swinton from Rotorua, just around the corner from Te Kaha, won the first Ahuwhenua Trophy. And tonight, 87 years later, Te Kaha 15B has won the first Ahuwhenua Trophy, specifically dedicated to horticulture. We hope that this is the catalyst for further growth and development on the East Coast. Wow, What an amazing result for Te Kaha 15B, Hene Ora Orchard. Now I know how the All Blacks feel when they win the Bledisloe Cup. Words really can't express what we feel at the moment, because Ahuwhenua is so special to us on the East Coast, given that Bill Swinton was the first winner back in 1933, and we know we've had a couple since then, I think 1936, but for us to win the inaugural Horticultural Cup, particularly after 87 years of the Ahuwhenua trophy being in existence, is simply fantastic.
As you can see at this particular time, whānau Ahuwhenua have been working hard to move our people to be self-sustaining, regenerative in our approach to the utilisation of our whenua for the oranga of our tamariki mokopuna. And if I can take the words of our tipuna Kaiaio, who was the provider of his time, he was the brother of Tamahai, and Tamahai's job was, as you know, Ngāji Pro, his job was to protect the iwi, and the job of his brother Kaiaio was to provide for the iwi. So you've got a protector and a provider, and Kaiaio says, ko tahi taku hua taki hauruia, he mano, he mano, he mano. So with one swipe of my claw, I affect thousands. But what that does also acknowledge is his ability to grow kumara, and we see today that kiwi fruit is the new kumara of the whānau Ahuwhenua, and it's providing for our people, and it's the utilisation of our lands for our tamariki mokopuna heading into the future. So this is a wonderful day for our people.